Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Aliens and UFOs special edition video. This will be part 3 of my Area 51 VIP tour. Be sure to check out the first two parts if you have a chance. That way you can catch up on where I am right now. Last time we had left off, we were just entering Rachel, Nevada, which is of course famous for having a restaurant called the Little Alien. So let's go ahead and we'll continue from there. And so this picture showcases one more time the entrance to Rachel, Nevada, and you'll see in the background the city itself. Very, very small city again, probably about maybe 100, 200 people there at most. So, but that is the location of the very famous Little Alien restaurant. By the way, here's another picture in this case of the highway sign. There is another one there. The extraterrestrial highway is located right there, and then of course you see Little Godzilla standing right in front of it. Yet again, it is encased with a lot of stickers from tourists and others that have visited that location and placed their remembrance there. Here's another picture, by the way, of Little Godzilla standing right on the highway, stretching out to pretty much infinity almost. I mean, that's how straight this road is. Whenever you see it, you have to see it to believe it when I say it goes off to horizon. And what was fascinating was, again, there's no traffic, absolutely no single bit of traffic when we were there. You could sit on the highway, probably have lunch, and never have a car coming your way. So that's how remote and that's how isolated it was there. Alright, so let's go to the next picture, and there it is. There is the Little Alien restaurant, very famous, of course, within the UFO lore. It has the famous sign stating outside, Earthlings welcome to the Little Alien. Of course, a pun associated with the word alien itself. It does have a motel, by the way. If you wanted to stay there, you have, I think, something like 7 or 8 rooms to choose from. And apparently some people stay there because they visit the location specifically for night viewings. So that way they can go outside and who knows, maybe try to see something in the UFO world out there in the sky. There, of course, again is Lil Godzilla standing in front of the sign as well. Welcoming him to the location there. The sign itself, I mean, you can tell it's been there for quite a while. It's just one of those things where it's located right as you're coming to the restaurant, and next to it is this. And there's Little Godzilla again. It's the famous tow truck which is happening to just be assisting a lost, or in this case, crashed UFO. So we just got there in time to see the UFO apparently being helped with its predicament. Of course, it's just making fun of the fact of Roswell that they had the UFO crash there, and here they have their own UFO crash as well. They just happen to have their own tow truck taking care of it. But you can walk up straight to it if you wanted to. You could move it around. You could, I guess, take photos right next to it. When we were there still weren't too many tourists, just the other group that was from the same VIP tour as well. Here's another picture, by the way, of the actual restaurant from the exterior, and you'll notice that it showcases the entrance is actually towards the left hand side. It's not the front. So when you go in, or actually when we stopped by, we had one of the nice ladies there. She actually came out from the restaurant and visited us and greeted us. So that was quite nice to see. You'll see the mural as well with the alien trying to escape. Here's a close-up of it too. Apparently there it is from Area 51 escaping the restaurant itself, and then that way it's trying to get back to its home world. And then on this next picture, you'll see that it has the self-parking sign there specifically for aliens. So no valets, unfortunately, for any visiting aliens there. Although they do welcome all species, as you'll see in this picture here. Although again, that's not the entrance. If you're entering the restaurant, it is actually towards, in this case, our left-hand side, and that's where the main entrance is. Now, when you're getting to that main entrance, you'll see this. This was pretty fascinating. I did not expect to see this. This is a mural or a plaque of sorts that was left by the Independence Day crew whenever the filming was happening back in the late 90s. Again, as I had mentioned in one of my other videos, we visited that lake, that dry lake, at least the outside of it because of the snow preventing us from going inside it. But apparently that crew, they must have visited this restaurant numerous times. It's the only one nearby, really, outside of some other gas stations, one gas station that I saw, and maybe one other touristy location for food. So it seems like the crew must have visited this location either on a weekly, maybe even on a daily basis. And when they did so, after they left or before they left, they must have created this mural for those visits. By the way, this is actually a time capsule. Here's a close-up of the reading of it there. Essentially, the way the tour guide said it was in 2050, this plaque will be placed open, and inside it, it will have stuff that was left from the crew. I don't know what it was exactly that was left. If someone knows specifically, please post those comments below. But in the year 2050, so it's still quite a ways from it, that's when whatever the shape of the earth is, the people there at that time, they will unveil whatever is inside of this capsule for everyone to see. There's a little pun in there too because it's stating somewhere that any interplanetary travelers who happen to be guests on planet Earth will be able to see this as well. So obviously it's playing on the fact that Independence Day and the way the movie universe was in that film, they're playing on that fact here as well too. But otherwise, it'll be interesting to see all those years in the future what it was that was within it. And then here's a close-up of the bottom of the plaque, a self-made, handmade. It looks like alien of some sort, just made out of pebbles and rocks. Again, playing on the pun associated with ID4. Finally, let's go inside the actual world-famous Little Alien restaurant. This is a picture of the menu itself. I didn't see any prices, by the way, on the menu. I think you have to ask. Our VIP tour actually came with free food from Adventure Photo Tours. You see there, that's their logo as well. They pay for the food when you take the VIP tour there. So whatever you want, provided you know it's just pretty much for one person's worth of food, then you'll get it paid for. I myself, I did not try the world famous alien burger. I was actually in the mood for the chili dog at that time with some potato chips, but apparently they have that. They have fries there too. If you wanted to try the alien burger, by all means go ahead. And then the sodas themselves actually come in the cans, and then that way you can just get it right off the bat. The other people that were there, the only personnel that we saw were people from the other tour, from the same adventure photo tours. But I did not see something else. The tour guide was saying there's a chance every now and then that people from Area 51, the workers themselves, come to this location, and when they do so, apparently that's the unwritten rule, is if you're going to take pictures on the inside of the little alien and your picture happens to include these people, then these people will actually move out of the way. Like they've immediately been trained, I guess, to get out of the way so that way their picture is not accidentally taken. And then on top of that, if you happen to for whatever reason not know that they're there, then they'll walk up to you and just say, excuse me, I just have to get out of the way real quick, so that way they can make sure that their photo is not taken. Here's another view, by the way, of the inside. It's really tiny, actually. Anything involving the photos from, let's say, the movies or any of the other shows highlighting this location, it does not do it justice. It is actually pretty tiny on the inside. What you see here is what you get. You'll see the two walls on the far end, and then I'm actually touching the other wall behind me, and then right after that table towards the left where you see those guys eating there, right there, they're next to another wall. So it's actually pretty tiny place. So when you go in there, that's good. That's the biggest thing that'll surprise you as well. Here's some more pictures of just some of the knickknacks that are located there. A lot of stuff. I'm just gonna go through these pictures real quick. The first thing you'll notice when you go there is it is wall to wall stuff. I mean, it is absolutely covered left to right. Every single space is covered with something. You can tell that there has been decades of work here. I mean, just stuff that's been added on, one on top of the other. Many of the items on there for sale. Of course, them taking advantage of all the tourists that happen to come by that location. I did buy a couple of things there. I did not buy any of the artwork though. There's several pieces of artwork that is available. They're original as far as I can tell, but they're pretty pricey. I saw some of them. In fact, one of them was like 600 something dollars. So no, that's not gonna work. But if you are in the mood for that, then you do have that option as well. Here's a picture. It looks like of a bunch of photos that were brought, I guess, from all the visitors there to the little alien restaurant itself. I don't know whose those are. Some of them are recognizable. Like I can see George Knapp on one part, and there's that Friedman guy on the other one, but I can't really tell who the other ones are. But if you wanted to visit and take a look at the corner, it's located on the left hand side, and then that's where you'll see all the previous, I guess, VIP visitors. Some more pictures of some of the intricate stuff there in the little alien. T-shirts can be sold. There's little toys as well that can be sold. I purchased a I guess an official hot sauce of the little aliens so that way I could have some of it here at home. Here's the picture of Paul, which was of course a movie that had a prominent scene of the little alien within the film itself. The way the tour guide said, actually, whatever you see in the film is actually a recreation. It was done on set, but the way it occurred was the producers of Paul, when they came on board to the little alien restaurant, apparently they took hundreds of pictures. They got every single angle that they could because they wanted to recreate it as close as possible to the real thing, and they did a pretty good job of it. Because the tour guide said he's visited this place so many times because of his job, and it took him a couple minutes to realize that he was not looking at the real thing whenever he was there watching the movie compared to when he was there in the restaurant. So it goes to show the good effort that they placed. And then the big difference is, like in this picture, you'll see there's windows behind the two actors while they're there sitting at the bar, but those windows do not exist within the restaurant itself. The previous picture that I showed you, that was telling you how small the place is, there's no windows outside of one's right side right next to the door, but they look nothing like these windows within this picture itself. So that's about the only other difference that they did not have within the film itself either. Some more pictures of some of the knickknacks. This one is located right by the register. That's where I purchased a lot of the gifts, I guess, for my family there as well. Lots of stuff. If you ever go there, you're never gonna run out of options when it comes to buying anything as far as little teeny tiny gifts. This one also is a picture. I don't know how famous this is, but apparently people take the $1 bills and then they write little messages and then they give it to either the owner there. I don't think the owner is actually there anymore 100%. Instead, her daughter is the one that manages the place, and she'll take that dollar and then she'll place it there and it just stays there. I don't know if how original all of these are. In other words, like if they've been replaced over and over again when they get too full, or if it's the same since the beginning. But there's hundreds and hundreds of these dollars that are located there. Here's a zoomed in picture, by the way, of some of the designs associated with it. This other picture right here is of it's neat because whenever you walk up to the restaurant, that window I was mentioning earlier, the only one that's right next to the door, that's it right there. And then there's a little mannequin, a little alien of sorts there, just greeting you in a hoodie, I guess saying hello as you're coming in to the restaurant itself. And then finally, here's a picture of the bar, the one that was again in the movie itself. You can order, I guess, if you wanted to. They have ale, they have liquor, they have beer, and so forth. So it looks like they have their own license if they wanted to sell you anything there as well. And then, of course, here's little Godzilla standing in front of the bar ready to take a shot as well when it comes to the restaurant. So that is the restaurant in of itself, the little alien restaurant, the world famous one. By the way, one other interesting thing that occurred while we were there, and the tour guide was letting us know ahead of time that this could happen, and it did. We were there eating and talking to each other, and then all of a sudden there was this huge boom. It was as if, let's say, something really large outside, like dinosaur size, just suddenly slammed on the ground. It shook everything. Like it shook the entire restaurant, it shook the glass, I guess, that we were drinking out of, it shook the plate, it shook everything. And then when that happened, he said, "There it is," and that's what he was telling us. Apparently, there in Area 51, every now and then they will have sonic boom tests. I don't know what kind of planes they're flying, but they will definitely break the sound barrier. And when that happens, the sonic boom occurs. I don't know how close or how far away that was right there, but it shook everything. And so we immediately went outside to try to see if we could spot the aircraft, but we did not, unfortunately. So it must have told us that it was far away by the time we got outside. But I've never experienced a sonic boom either from close or far away, because I don't know again how remote it was. But if you haven't experienced it, you will never know what it's like. It is something amazing. Like it shakes everything with regards to the sonic boom. It was pretty neat. So I can only imagine if this were happening much closer, how much of an impact that much more would be. So pretty interesting stuff too. So all right, everybody. I'll go ahead and I'll do one last video, and that will be the actual visitation to the border or the entrance of Area 51 itself. So be on the lookout for that soon. All right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care.